Welcome back to New Rockstars, and as mutants inch closer and closer to the MCU, everybody and their mutant mamas have been wondering just how the X gene will be triggered within MCU humanity. Well, what if I told you that Kang the Conqueror himself will be the one to introduce mutants just because it was something to do? This is Rogue Theory, the show where we pitch the wildest theories for the nerdy titles that we love. My name is MT, and going rogue with me today is the future owner of the Phoenix Force. It is Jessica Jean Grey Clemons. What's going on, Jessica? And also, it is the future owner of the XMen. Like it's a fucking NBA basketball team. Sorry. And also the future leader of the XMen. It is off-screen producer Brandon Cyclops Barrick. What's going on, Brandon?
I'll take that, buddy. Give me that Cyclops power any day. You people might hate on Cyclops. You might call him a nerd. But he's gonna laser your arms off. You better back up. You better watch out.
I genuinely love Cyclops. It's Jubilee that I have a problem with.
Okay, I don't want to hear that Jubilee slander. Get out of here.
Listen, get out.
Oh yeah, you both of you, get out.
Yeah, you came to the wrong house. You came to the wrong house with that.
Those are my opposite beliefs. Cyclops, useless. Jubilee, where it's at.
Pew 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 pew. That's her. This is her. Pew 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 pew.
Yeah.
Pew, pew, pew.
So she sets one of those off in your brain and kills you. Look out.
Exactly.
Look out.
Whatever.
Fireworks in the brain. That's instant death.
Whatever.
That's what I hear. All right, guys. Speaking of mutants, which is why we did the intro, very mutants-like. Let's talk about how mutants will come into the MCU, or how I think mutants will come into the MCU. And I think that Kang the Conqueror himself will be the one to do it, specifically in Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. Because check this out, gang. Quantumania. The reason why the movie is called Quantumania is because I believe it's going to be dealing with quantum energy. That's that magical stuff that Janet Van Dyne was filled with when she was picked up from the quantum realm. When she was picked up, Janet Van Dyne tells her husband that she's no longer the same woman that she was 30 years ago, and that this place is tied to evolution, and that this quantum energy is seeming to allude that this quantum energy is tied to evolution itself. And I think that Quantumania is going to deal with the coming of this quantum energy to the MCU populace. And I think that Kang the Conqueror will be the one to release this quantum energy throughout the entire MCU Earth and to trigger the X gene mutation within the MCU. What do you guys think?
I could see it. It's okay.
Yeah, this whole quantum energy thing, you know, Janet's powers and like how she comes out, she like heals ghosts and like, bye, you know, they don't really talk about it. I want to know a lot more about that. Like, what is this stuff? How was she living down there? How it changed her? But I like this idea that it's somehow tied to the X gene. Now, in theory, MT, this Kang, right, he's seen mutants before. If this is like a Kang that's conquered other universes, right? He's seen mutants. Do you think he's caused them in other places? Like, is Kang always the one causing the mutants? Or is he like, oh, there's no mutants in this one. I better add him in so I can fight him and kill him.
I think that Kang could have like crippled the mutants. Like when like he remained specifically could have not wanted the mutants to emerge so that he could conquer easily. Because like, that's what you're going to do. If you see a problem coming, it's like, let's stop mutants from rising and let's just conquer from the Avengers on. But like now that he's like, all right, this is round 2. Let me turn up the difficulty level and turn on mutants this time. And let's see if I can conquer with mutants. Yeah, I think it's just a matter of like making things a little bit more challenging for him. Like adding more weight to his dumbbells. It's like, all right, more resistance.
I have a question.
Go for it.
Question. Do you think that Kang is the only one that could have created you're saying the X-Men gene, right? You're saying the mutant gene? He created.
Well, I'm saying that the mutant gene is within humanity already. That's probably given to them by the Celestials. I think that the actual trigger of the mutant gene will be this quantum energy that like enters the bodies of humanity
through Kang. Like Kang is
I think Kang is going to release this radiation out into the world, and the radiation is going to trigger the gene in some people that have it, and it's going to create mutants.
Do you think do you think there's not another person other than Kang and do you think that Hank Pym's wife could What's her name? Do you not think Hank Pym's wife could have given people that same hold for motorcycle? do you not think that Hank Pym's wife could have accidentally given people also the gene then by proxy? Because she has the same stuff, right?
Like it's just leaking out of her?
Well, she could give it to like the Scott Lang's daughter.
That's
how long it took me to go.
It's that's potentially true. Like if within proximity, if she's touching people, she could potentially activate the X gene. I feel with this theory anyway. But yeah, I think that Janet Van Dyne could be a source of evolution if she still has that energy within her. But I was gonna say that, but it seems like from the end of Ant-Man 2 that Janet doesn't really have as much energy as she used to when she touched Ghost, which is why 100%. Scott had to go back to the quantum realm.
Do you think Kang can Kang could just like take it back from those people?
Maybe. But I think Kang would probably just go to the quantum realm and grab some more and just like
go off. Go open that fridge and take as much as you want.
It makes me wonder if that He Who Remains was keeping the mutants sequestered in the 616 for like a reason. Is it like maybe the mutants wind up like helping Kang every time in some weird way? Either like Kang like mobilizes mutants in a unique way to help take over the world, or they inadvertently like help Kang either by opening portals or doing some weird mutant thing that He Who Remains in the 616 was like, we got to make sure mutants don't happen. So that he writes he paves the road so there's no mutants on the highway. But the Kang that comes in Quantumania is like, I need the mutants here, baby. Because they help me out. They don't know it, but they help me out. So I'm going to let them go. I'm going to stir it up.
I just keep thinking that there has to be like multiple ways they can be brought in and multiple ways they are brought in, where it's not just Kang and the Quantumania. I think it's like other people can be like, this is my adjacent X-Men gene, like something that still makes them like awakens them, but maybe makes them not crazy. I don't know. I believe it. I believe it and I see it. And I think what I do like about your theory, it does have to come in with someone big. And I think coming in with Kang is a good idea to start it. I'm ripping pieces of my chair off. I'm sorry.
Devour the chair.
No, I think I honestly feel like quantum energy will be the reason why MODOK has a big head in the movie, because like we know that MODOK is going to be the other villain alongside Kang, and I feel like because we know that this quantum energy can heal the interface with the body, as we see from Ghost. And with Hank Pym in the quantum realm, like she touches their heads and their bodies, become different and healed. I feel like intense radiation, like intense concentrations of this quantum radiation could potentially make someone's head really big if you put a lot of it in your body, and which is why we're going to probably get MODOK, because he wants all that super sweet energy in his body. But that's just me saying random things.
No, it's okay. Is that going to be the Terrigen Mist?
Basically, for the mutants, I feel like it's sort of going to be like, in a way, the Terrigen Mist for the mutants, and sort of just activate that gene within mutant humanity, but like not really in the same way, because like the Terrigen Mist, like you get a whole cocoon around your body. It's like it's a whole thing, but like it's very similar in that way. I feel with this theory anyway.
I think it would be really cool if Kang shows up in Quantumania and he's like, I'm going to create the mutants here in the 616. And he has a machine that he's stolen from another universe that he's taken over. And it's the same machine from the first X-Men that Magneto was using on the Statue of Liberty to turn people into mutants. He's been to that universe. He's conquered it. He's taken that machine and he's kept it in Chronopolis or wherever he lives in the quantum realm. He's like, now I'm going to use it on the 616, baby. Here we go.
From the X-Men, like, so basically you said like he was going to use that to trigger mutants again?
Yeah, he's been to that universe, he's conquered it, he's stolen that machine, and he's bringing it to the 616.
Okay. No, I love that theory. I would love if Kevin Feige brought back the X-Men 1 plot to like a future MCU movie just to tie it all together, because like we know that like he's all about, you know, bringing Tobey Maguire back, like just respecting the old Marvel movies that like sort of started it off for the MCU. So like I feel like tying it back into X-Men 1 would be very poetic and appropriate, I feel, with the coming of the mutants. I would dig that a lot. I would really be a big fan. If the machine didn't kill everybody, that would be ideal.
Yeah, ideal. He's fixed it. He's fixed it a little bit.
That machine did not work in X-Men 1. All right, gang. So, voting time. So, about this theory with Kang the Conqueror being the one that brings the X-Men to the MCU, do you guys give it a rogus, a bogus, or an ogus?
I have no strong feelings one way or the other.
Ogus is literally like officially a part of the show, Jess.
It's official.
Because of me.
You invented the ogus method.
The thing here, let me talk out my reasoning. I don't think it's bogus. I'll tell you that right now. It's not bogus.
Okay.
I want to give it off to a good start.
All right.
The only reason I would give it an ogus is because I'm like, yeah, I can see it. That's it. I'm like, I can see it. It's not like shaking me to my core.
It's not rogue. It's just like, yeah, it's possible.
But it is roguish to be like Kang's using that energy to give people that, like, Kang is just Kang. So it's like the Hank Pym's wife could be like, oh my gosh, I had that power too, but I'm not as strong as that guy is, and I can't just give it to people. So I like that part. I think that's what makes it roguish. So I will give you a roguish because
okay.
If you did the math correct, you still, but the answer might be wrong. I'm still gonna award you for the effort. You know,
The answer
you know what I'm
is
saying?
wrong,
Hey.
but the math's correct.
The math's correct, but for some reason you just put in a 4 instead of a 2.
I want to go to this school.
Man.
I'll take
award
it. Thank you, Jessica. Hooray.
I will give it. I'm going to
what'd you
give
think,
it a very solid ogus. I'm going to give it ogus.
All right.
I like the idea of Kang making the mutants. I do like that idea, but I think it's not just because he wants a challenge or he, you know, for S and Gs. You know what I mean? He just wants to go. He needs the mutants in some way, and they're important to his plan. And that's why He Who Remains had kept them out for so long. So I'll give it an ogus. I like that. I love the idea.
Are you giving him an ogus?
Yeah.
Are you giving him an ogus because your theory deserves a rogus?
No, not my theory. I mean, my theory is great.
You just said
Jessica. I know. My theory is great. It's not on. It's
Yo,
not on
here's
trial.
my note.
It's pretty dope. I love the theory.
He's like, here's my take,
theory
and it's better than
stands.
yours.
My theory stands on the shoulders of MT's theory. He did it. He did all the work. He did all the math.
Damn, you always
my
standing
answer is
on his
better,
shoulders.
but he did all the math work. So I'll let him have the
I do love
ogus.
his answer a lot. So I will take that ogus.
He got me.
with
MT
pride.
got me there. This is MT's idea. We're pitching.
We're working
We're
together.
adding
That's
to
what
it.
I'm
We're
doing.
working
This
in the
sounds
room. We're
too
breaking it
much
out.
This sounds too much like real Hollywood, and I don't like it.
I mean, this
MT,
is real Hollywood, baby.
don't let this motherfucker take your ideas.
I like. What is the meme when it's like, I like this. This is mine now.
This is mine
This
now.
is mine now. A Rogus and an Ogus. I will take that. That's the name of my new sitcom, Rogus and an Ogus. But up next, Jessica has a really interesting theory that you guys have to hear. But first, be sure to head on over to newrockstarsmerch.com where you can still grab our latest Obsession shirt inspired by Thor Love and Thunder before it's gone for good, because it will be gone for good very soon. And check out the all-new Epic Kids line presented by our partners at Epic Hero Shop. It is the perfect space to do some back-to-school shopping for the little nerds in your life. So support all the awesome work we do over here at New Rockstars by checking out all the merch options over at newrockstarsmerch.com. And we want to thank Upside for sponsoring this video, because whether you are absolutely stunned when you fill up your car at the gas station or you have noticed that the prices at your favorite restaurant have started to creep up and up, one thing is clear. Inflation is the worst, and it's hitting us all where it hurts. And it really, really hurts. And that's why many of us here at New Rockstars have started using Upside. Upside is an incredible app for anyone who buys gas, groceries, or dines out. With every purchase, you can earn cash back thanks to Upside. To get started, download the free Upside app in the App Store or Google Play and use our promo code Rogue Theory and get $5 or more cash back on your first purchase of $10 or more. Next, claim an offer for whatever you're buying on Upside. Check in at the business, pay as usual with a credit card or debit card, and get paid. In comparison to credit card rewards or loyalty programs, you can earn 3 times more cash back with Upside. You can cash out anytime to your bank account, PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Upside users are earning more than $1 million every week, which is pretty crazy. That's probably why they have a 4.8 star rating on the App Store. Off-screen producer Brandon uses Upside all the time, and it's the best way to find a place to eat on a Friday night. All you have to do is search for a restaurant that you like that also has a reward offer. It's a win-win. It's a really good deal. So download the free Upside app and use promo code Rogue Theory to get $5 or more cash back on your first purchase of $10 or more. That's $5 or more cash back on your first purchase of $10 or more using promo code Rogue Theory. Now, it is time for our second topic for today, which will be presented by the lovely Jessica Clemons. What's going on, Jess? Hit us with that theory.
Me. Okay, so my rogue theory that I brought up to Brandon yesterday to make sure it was actually good. That's how you sway the judges in rogue theory. Bring it up to them prior. I think She-Hulk is either going to join the Thunderbolts, or the Thunderbolts are going to be definitely a post-credit scene to the very last episode of She-Hulk. So why I think this? So I think as we have Abomination, as we have the Hulk, Bruce Banner, and we have Titania, I think there's going to be and Matt Murdock, I think there's going to be a lot of confliction in the comics. The 2014 issue, there is a series where she goes to Matt Murdock to go discuss breaking the law, basically. Like, how do we fight sometimes when we know that they're wrong? And he was talking about how Matt Murdock wouldn't do this, but Daredevil broke into a prison and released someone from prison with Spider-Man just because they were wrongfully accused, but they weren't wrongfully accused by the jury. The jury found them guilty, but they were like, no, our friend was wrongly accused, broke them out. And he said, let me look at my notes. He said, the question you need to ask yourself, Jen, is this about your client or is it about you? And I think Jen is going to be dealing with so many looking in the mirror moments of like, is this wrong? Is this right? I think it's going to be kind of the same thing that we expected with Miss Marvel, where it's like in the comics where she was like, I don't want to be a hero because as a hero, I keep hurting people. So I think Jen is going to be like, I just wanted to be a lawyer. But then her lawyer part's going to be conflicting because it's going to be like, well, these people aren't wrong. These people are right. These superheroes aren't wrong. The government's wrong. And then she'll be looking at Bruce and be like, why are you fighting for something that consciously is wrong? And he's going to be like, well, just doing my job. And then we're going to get into this Civil War kind of moment where it's like, whose side are you on? And when the Thunderbolts present themselves, she's going to be like, I agree with at least 2 of the 3 people so far. Maybe not Johnny Mayonnaise, but I do think that she's going to like, they present it more so that like, we're not the government. We're working as a different thing, right? So I think she's going to see that and be like, yeah, I kind of agree with what they're saying. And I could see her potentially being that kind of leader figure for the Thunderbolts. And she'll be fighting with Johnny Mayonnaise 24/7, or she'll be trying to defend them. After they see what she does to Abomination, we'll have Julie Louis-Dreyfus show up and be like, can you defend us? And then that's when she's going to become a part of the Thunderbolts. Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
No, I dig this a lot. I dig this a lot considering that we know that General Ross wants the power of a Hulk in some capacity. Like he's always wanted that. He doesn't like Bruce the person. He does not like Bruce at all, but he really likes the power of the Hulk. And so like if She-Hulk is like on his team, like even though like we all know that General Ross is not going to be in the future of the MCU due to the passing of the actor, but like I could definitely see the having a Hulk on that team being something that it happens in the future. And I could definitely see Jen wanting to represent all these people, especially if like Bucky is on that team, because like Bucky is a very mixed up man who has a very troubled past, and you know, a lot of people
he was forgiven for his crimes, okay?
Or even
he was brainwashed.
her with Yelena, when Yelena was literally brainwashed, I could see her being like, well, those crimes were against her. She didn't consent to any of that. Yeah. She was brainwashed by a crazy man. She was
child trafficked, abused, and then set out on the world. Like, it's not her fault. It's not her fault.
So I think non-human or non-superpower people are going to see it that way of like, she killed my sister. And it's like, but they did it against their will. It's not their fault that they're just stronger than most. And I think that's going to be Jennifer Walters' take. Because in the comics, Jennifer Walters messes up a lot. Well, She-Hulk messes up so much. She indirectly hurts a lot of people, indirectly is like not She's not going out of her
Not
way
on
to hurt
purpose.
these people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
not on purpose. She indirectly hurts and harms a lot of people. She smashes cars get in the way, just like Hulk did at the beginning, you know? So I think it's going to be a lot of her being like, these people are doing this beyond their control. They couldn't help this. Do I agree with it all the time? No. Jessica Clemons. Do I agree with it all the time? No. But I feel like Matt Murdock and her are going to have that situation where Matt's like, well, it's a crime and we follow the law and we follow the justice system. And she's going to be like, yeah, but it's not always right. And he's going to be like, well, that's not our choice to make up. That's not our choice to decide.
I love it.
I really love this idea of like Jen challenging like pretty much everything that she's known because of this new experience that she's had being a Hulk and being a superhero. And so she's like, yeah, like, of course I'm going to join the Thunderbolts because like they're not with all this U.S. government BS. Like I've dealt with the system and it's just so stupid. So like let's Hulk out for a little bit. I dig it.
It also depends on like where is it on the timeline? I guess it depends on where it is on the timeline, because if she saw how they were treating Falcon when he became Captain America, she could be like, I kind of want to fight with the people that aren't really like treating him like shit. But I guess Johnny Mayonnaise
like,
kind
let's
of
get this
did.
man
like,
a freaking bank loan for the love of God.
Yeah, God damn.
Yeah.
God forbid we give this man that fought for us a lot of money.
A bank loan.
That he'll pay back. back.
I think you're right on the money, Jess, because I think she's going to be like, yeah, see that the government's using her as like a poster child. She's going to see the system that they've put into place, that these people can't win, and that the government is using these laws to keep these superhumans like under their thumb and use them as they want. And she's going to see like how Abomination, Emil Blonsky, was tricked into taking a super soldier serum, was lied to, was almost killed, and then his whole physiology was changed. It messed with his mind. He's out of his mind. He doesn't know what he's doing. And now they got Wong have him on a tight leash, taking him to an illegal underground fight to make money. What's going on here? And you know, Bruce is going to be like, well, we got to work within the system, and she's going to be like, screw the system. It's a system that's flawed.
The system, yeah, the system.
Yeah, she's going to be so mad at Bruce for being like, you're the strongest man in the world. Why have you not stopped this? Why have you not broken the chains of your oppressors? And she's going to be like, I'm going to stand in it. And then Val's going to hit her at the right moment and be like, do you want to make some change? Do you really want to change some things? And she's going to be like, yeah, I'm going to want to change some things. And, Hulk out, baby.
Julie Louis-Dreyfus is going to show up completely and be like, so I got a deal for you. Also,
and John Walker's gonna be like, yeah, let's be friends. And she's gonna be like, stay away from me, John Walker. Don't talk to me.
She's gonna be like, wait, aren't you that guy? I saw that viral video.
I saw that video. Did you kill that guy?
Did you kill somebody? Did you kill that guy? That's also what I was like, people, because I was talking to my mom about it, and she was like, wasn't that guy that like executed someone publicly on that team? And I was like, yeah. So I think they need someone like She-Hulk to like counterbalance that horrible deed. Like they're gonna have to do a lot. I don't think we have to be Team Thunderbolts, but I think there's gonna be that situation where, like Killmonger, where we're like, oh, I see their point of view, and you guys are gonna have to really sway me with that point of view for me to be okay with that man on that team. So I think putting She-Hulk and like Yelena Belova, who the audience are already really interested in, will kind of but the balance is still off. I think Johnny Mayonnaise is gonna have to do a lot to redeem himself. I think he can be redeemed, Jessica, in so much as the fact that like he again was used by his country. He was in the military. Who knows what happened to him in the military? He gets a serum injected into him. Yeah, he volunteered for it, but what he told was gonna happen and what actually happened were vastly different. And then his good friend got killed. Poor Battlestar. All right. For me, it still doesn't. Shut the fuck up, MT. For me, it still doesn't win. I'm like, you publicly did it though. Like, if you did it behind,
but he's a man who needed help. He was a man who needed help. He needed he needed mental health. He needed something in his
PTSD.
He needed someone helping him. He wasn't getting that help from the very government that put him in that position.
They need to get into that then, maybe a little bit before Thunderbolts. Or
I think that's how you can redeem
first thing of Thunderbolts. You need to get into that, because I am still only remembering everyone's cameras on him just smashing this.
Yeah, that was one of the most gruesome things that we've ever seen in the MCU.
That episode, hardcore. That might be honestly the darkest thing I've seen in the MCU. For me, a public execution. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm solid.
Can't get more darker than that. A good old public execution. Classic. I think it's time for the judgment time, because I think that this theory is pretty dang good. So I'm going to give this a Rogus, a good thumbs up. Double Rogus, actually. 2 double Rogus thumbs up.
You know, Jessica came to me yesterday. She pitched me the idea, and that's how you win, baby. Rogue! It's Rogus! I love it. No, this is a good idea, and I really like this idea of like giving us a Thunderbolts team that is not just solely super evil people. You know what I mean? Like, I'm never gonna agree with Venom, but like, yeah, you throw She-Hulk on there, you throw Yelena Belova on there. I'm listening. I'm listening to what they got to
100%.
say.
100%.
And I like
and
that.
that's how you do it.
I would especially love if they had both She-Hulk and Red She-Hulk in this show, because like the show is the Thunderbolts, and like it's all about like Ross's legacy, and like his daughter.
Who would it? I was like, would it be
Ross's
like his daughter?
legacy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like his daughter is the Red She-Hulk in the comics. So like I feel like bringing her back and having her be Red She-Hulk would be really fun, to have them both team up.
They're gonna have a show. The show's gonna be called Hulk Hype House, okay? And it's gonna be all the Hulks living in a house, along with Abomination. He's there too, baby. And it's like,
yes,
they're trying to become hype. They're trying to become like Instagram stars, TikTok stars. They all have different rooms in a house.
It's like making the band.
Yeah.
I'm like, I like Abomination because he's sexy.
And instead of a pool, they just have like rocks and heavy stuff in the backyard that they work out with.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It'd be like,
exactly.
They'd be like, yo, She-Hulk keeps eating all my granola. It's fucked up. Like, I have my name on it. Like, what's going on?
It's like, man, she's really messing up my carb intake. Like, I need my carbs and my proteins to be equal. Like, oh my God.
I gotta make my gains.
So rude.
I gotta make my gains. My green gains.
Exactly. You can't slack on those gains. Not at all. But now it's time for us to gain a rogue question into our life. That was a bad transition. I'm sorry.
No, it's beautiful. Don't bail. Don't bail. You had it. Land the plane. Land the plane.
It is time for the rogue question. Are you guys ready for this one?
I'm ready.
It's pretty good, because news came out this week that The Flash will be ending after its 9th season on the CW. That's Smallville status at this point.
Yeah.
My God, what a run.
Way to go.
In honor of these Monster of the Week superhero shows like, Arrow, Smallville, and Legends of Tomorrow that have always been there for us over the years, pitch me your roguest hero that you would like to see get a teen-focused episodic show on the MCU.
Oh, too many. That's too hard.
There's so many good ones.
Many.
Like
for
these
someone
shows,
that loves young adult fiction, too many.
Yeah.
I want teen version of every single one of them. I want Riverdale for the Avengers. I would eat that shit up.
Avengerdale.
I mean, if they could really, I grew up on Smallville. Like these shows, it's easy to like look back and be like, oh, they're so bad, or like, whatever. But they're important, and they have like a good part, and they get us through the lean years. You know what I mean? It's easy now with all these movies, but back then we didn't have a lot of superhero stuff. Back in my day, we didn't have a lot of superhero stories. But I would love, they tried this in the 90s. It didn't work. They only did a pilot. But I mean, if they really did one of these like young adult shows for the X-Men about being at the Xavier School for the Gifted and like really coming of age stuff, I think that would be cool. Have like some of the older X-Men be the teachers, have Storm as a teacher, have Wolverine, have Jean Grey as a teacher, but get us some like young mutants, like really going to school, the trials and tribulations of learning to be a hero while learning to be a best friend. I think that would be a really good one. I would love it. I would watch that, man.
That gives me X-Men Evolution vibes.
Yeah, yes, exactly like that cartoon. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I want the old X-Men teachers and the young kids. Put them in that danger room. Put their lives on the line. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
goddamn.
Put those
kids in the danger room.
Like to see on the CW.
Be like, oh, you didn't turn in your book report? Got to go up against the holographic Sentinel. Sorry, kid. You better put you in the danger room.
You brought this on yourself.
I want a second roster, kind of like Marvel teen show. And when I say second roster, I want the star of the show to be Taskmaster. I want it to be Taskmaster because I think it would be fun to watch a teenage Taskmaster in high school or even like young high school. So like they're still kind of puberty. Just literally seeing popular people and like copying what they're doing and either becoming really cool or being the number one loser. Like people be like, oh, that kid, he just bites our style. And he's just like, whatever, I can also be the number one football player. Watch me be literally the best at lacrosse. Watch me literally win anything. Like I can join the cheerleading team and be the best cheerleader because I watched the number one do it and I'm gonna do it. And just like it could be like even like a rom-com where like he's in love with someone or like I don't know. I just want him to kind of fall. The climax is gonna be his fall and then he's gonna get back up and he's gonna be fine. It could even be like normal people where like in high school he's really cool, but in college people are like, you're fake as shit. Like you're not that cool. Oh.
Taskmaster is like at the top of his game coming out of high school because he's copied everyone. They think he's the best. He goes into college and it's like no one cares about your high school credit.
No
he's
one
gotta
cares.
Start over. You know what I mean? And he doesn't know who to copy in college. First he's playing hacky sack. Then he's like, you know, he's got to go do. Now I'm a BMXer. I don't know.
Yes. So the story is him being like, I want to find out what I like to do, what I enjoy.
I'm trying to find my own identity.
It's like I gotta find out who I am.
Yeah, he's gonna join like an art class and then be the best, and people are gonna be like, why? And he's like, I don't know. I'm just good at everything that any other person does.
You can call it Taskmaster.
I dig that.
Tries it all.
Taskmaster tries it all.
Taskmaster tries it all. Tries every task.
What do you call it when you drop out of college?
Drop out?
Yeah, I'll call it Taskmaster dropout or something. Dropout task.
I really dig this idea of like, you know, like Taskmaster through a teen's perspective because like that's exactly what a teen would do. It's like I want to be super popular and like just copy everyone and just be number one. But I don't know who I am. So no, I like this. I want to give you the Rogue Question Winner Trophy for today because that is really fun. Done. Yes. And I could totally see that on the CW if the CW had the rights.
If they had the rights.
No, I would watch that show, but like I'm just glad the CW is not in charge of Marvel.
Just give them one character, and then they can.
Only Taskmaster. You can have
only
Taskmaster.
Don't do anything else.
But that is it for this episode of Rogue Theory. A huge thank you to our guests, Jessica Clemons and off-screen producer Brandon. Please follow them on their social medias and just support everything that they do. They're amazing people. And you can support our channel by checking out all of our amazing merch options over at newrockstarsmerch.com. And if you got some Rogue Theories of your own, you can share them on our Discord. If you're over 18, just search for the New Rockstars Discord server and join the conversation today. You can follow me at MasterTainment if you want to see me tweet some weird shit. You can follow New Rockstars everywhere we are on social media. And make sure you hit that notification bell so you can get notifications every time we upload a video. We guys love you. We guys love you. That doesn't make any sense. We love you guys so much. Thank you guys for watching. And we will see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Bye.